the right people know that might need to know.
Blah, y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? The outlet to reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Aha, just kidding. Y si tú quieres cambiar tu vida, if you want to change your life, then subscribe. Ching! And by the way, guys, I just published a book called Shabbat in Chicago. It's out on Amazon. It's about an audacious single mom who opens her heart and home to 5 adopted kids while embracing her Latino culture while being Jewish. And today we have a very special guest. I had to bring him back to the show. He is not only one of my closest friends, he's family. Give it up for the one and only Chef Vic. Woo!
What's up, my friend?
What's up, brother? I'm so happy you're here. You don't understand, man. I know you're a busy man, always traveling and doing a lot for the community. I know you just got the award, Chef for Kids award. Like I think that's amazing, doing big things, and you're always looking out. I do want to share one of my favorite moments from you, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you, is
Oh,
you got a big heart. I love that. I never forgot this, but on Thanksgiving when I didn't have a place to eat, right? And you're like, look, brother, I never want to see you at home by yourself for Thanksgiving in a time where people got to come together. I want you to come over because you're family. And I love that, like, your family's always asking for me, like, hey, is he coming? And it's a beautiful thing. It means a lot. So I do want to, how you say it. That's what I wanted to share with you.
well, Dad sends his love. I was just with him. I told him I was gonna take 5 with him and come hang out with you for a little while. So he sends his love to you, man. He said he missed you this year, but from what I hear, you had a good Thanksgiving. And my Thanksgiving is contingent upon there being nowhere. I'm your last resort Thanksgiving. You can make it your first choice, but I'm your last resort, meaning it's always there for you, buddy.
Brother, I would say this is the thing. I feel like because you're family, I feel like we got to do it like if this year I didn't go to your house, we take turns. Because I told Tristan's family, I said Vig was my first family, so I have to give him the love. He's the one that, like, honestly, brother, I have only good memories with your whole family. Your dad is a funny guy, great storyteller, and it means a lot.
Tell
But
me about it.
I do want to share. I do want to share a little something. This is deep. I feel like we should, talk about things that are very important in our health, like nutrition, staying fit, staying healthy. So apparently, I actually went to the doctor a few times. I was feeling pain on my chest, and I knew that I was having, high blood pressure. I know I've been eating not good stuff, like the chicken noodle soup, the one that's like 50 cent or 25 cent or $1 now. I don't know if it's $1, but I know it has a lot of sodium. And I got scared, I'm not gonna lie. And I didn't want to tell you, brother. I'm be honest, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to freak you out. I felt like I gotta, see what I could do, right? And it's funny how Tristan, because he let me leave early for work to go to the doctor, and you came and you're like, "Yo, where's my boy?" And then, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
I see you,
And
brother. Listen, man. When a good friend finally makes it here, you're on a different level. Like we're gonna keep an eye on you, and you don't even know it.
right, right. It's true. It's true because the crazy thing is like I think a couple days later, I saw you pull up. Right, you said my name, and I turned around. I was like, "Who's calling me?" I thought it was like an angel. You saying I didn't. I was waiting for the. Yeah. I was waiting. Yes.
You thought you were done.
Yeah. I thought that was it, brother. I thought that was it. I was waiting for the stars to come by. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, "Yo, what's up, brother?" I said, "Oh, I see you come down your car." And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" And you're like, "No, what's up, brother?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good, brother." No, no, no. What's up? Like you basically said, "No, brother. I heard about what happened. And I want to know you're okay." And I thought that was really nice of you, for checking up on me as a friend should or family should do for a brother. And brother, please tell us, because I know we had a deep talk about it. Um, if you could share your input, right, about trying to stay healthy, like what things can we do to get better?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's confirmed that you're cared for, because without you even telling anyone, you have such a tight circle of good people involved where they're going to let the right people know that might need to know. And that's exactly what happened. So, blessing that you have the good ones around you. And I say that all the time. And you can't say that all the time. So, you say it when you can say it. So, I just wanted to be clear on that. As far as the health, the heart. There's a difference between getting ready and always being ready. You know what I mean? Meaning, some people have to get ready to go do something. Some people are always ready to go do something. And when it comes to health, that's one of the things on the list that you always have to be ready for. You got to pay forward on that one, man. You have to be the cleanest version of yourself if you want to enjoy this lifetime, especially if you want to live a good life for yourself and other people are dependent on you. You got to stay good for you and you got to stay good for them. And once that clicks in that mind, you're going to source the right things that you need to do to keep that heart healthy. Because, some things are hereditary and some things that are even hereditary can be dealt with if they're caught in time and the right things are being done to it. And, that's as simple as diet and fasting. Before you even get into the training, we can always get into that, the working out and all that stuff. But even that doesn't matter as much, but only if you're keeping clean on the inside. And diet and fasting and, getting your greens and your chlorophyll and a lot of the more natural, cleaner things in your body, it it automatically makes your body evolve to the right side of things. And obviously, if your body's doing good, you're going to be clear up here and it's going to be like the package deal. And you're going to be able to, conquer everything and live a happier, healthier lifestyle like I do, man. I share my stories with you. I was very heavy back in the day. Even you see on some of the old television shows, on Food Network 15 years ago, I was so bloated and I see that stuff. And I myself, went to the doctor many years ago and doc said, blood pressure medicine or a healthier lifestyle. You have a choice. And I got scared, man. It took me a minute to get into that doctor like you because some of us, we naturally don't want to go and we've waited so long. We think we're going to get the worst news ever when we get there. And then I'd say most of the time, you find out what you should be doing. And it's more of a refresh and more of a meant to be to receive that information to, implement in your body, mind, and soul forward. So it's the most important thing, man. If that ain't good, you're not going to be able to do anything, or if anything, not much of anything, and not for very long. And my recommendation is to anybody out there that sees this, besides the ones that I love, if anybody can hear me, source that healthier lifestyle. It will only benefit you, even if it starts off with a test of fasting for a couple days, just to see what that does to your body and just to prove if that does anything. Because I think that right there is the trial. That's the free consultation when you do a fast. Because you hear the hype on the fast now that it regenerates cells. The cells in your body that are good get hungry when you fast. It eats the old cells. So give it a shot for yourself. Sometimes the internet makes us aware of the info, and it's up to us to source it, dissect it, ingest it, and see if it works for us. And I don't think people will be disappointed if they give that fasting stuff a shot, like the no eating for 48 hours, 72 hours, and then maybe even during the week doing the intermittent fasting until, not eating until dinner time, and then, you know, taking it easy after that, and maybe doing a little bit of fruit until you go to sleep. I did it. That's why I preach about it. It's not like I'm giving you some secondhand info. I lived it. It's made my life better. I feel better internally. You know, looking better to the ones that do it for that reason. That's always a great thing. But looking good is one thing. Feeling good is another, man. And when the two come together, life is good, brother. And it's the life that you have created. Like, you made the choice to do that, because we all have a choice, and there's my preach on that, my friend.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It's really good what you share because this past week, on Christmas, right? Even on Monday before Christmas, like 2 days before Christmas, I actually fasted both of the days, Monday and Wednesday, which is really hard because a lot of my friends they invite me over to their house for Christmas to barbecue or whatever, and
Sure.
it was so tough for me to have that discipline and say, I appreciate, but I'm gonna stay in tonight. And I noticed that if I stay home, right, and I'm not doing anything, just reading or I'm not I'm not so much thinking about like I won't get tired. Because when you're moving a lot, you do get hungry, right? But if you're just chilling, you can fast, but it was tough a little bit, but I had to do it for myself and I felt better. I went to sleep better. It's almost like it's a mind game because your body's like, come on, you can't do it. Just go grab that pizza, grab your phone.
And Twix, man, the Twix,
You got to get the Twix. Get
our
to
favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So it's definitely hard, brother. I wanted to ask you, right? What's some like because I've been cooking now. Like, now I've been actually not eating out every day. I've been mostly cooking at home, and I've been doing like for dinner, rice, the way you showed me how to make it,
I
of
was going to
course.
say, this seems to have all started evolving after I have given you this, what you would consider a new wave rice, and many of us consider old school parboiled rice.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta tell everybody this. So my boy comes into my house, right? And I'm like, brother, what are you doing? You're like, brother, this is different. This is the rice is ready. And it's so cool because you show me, right? You're making a big pot of rice. And you're like, brother, it's gonna be real quick. 20 minutes, the rice will be ready, and I've never seen it the way you do it. And I'm like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, yeah. And then I think I text or call you a couple days later. I said, brother, that rice that you had, where can I find it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've never seen it. I've only seen, the jasmine rice, the other rices, right, that I use. You're like, brother, I'm gonna send you a picture, but you can find it in Walmart. And it's called. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? I think
That
it's called.
secret Walmart will have it.
Yeah, right, right. And I just didn't know that rice was called the pot. What's it called? Pot boiled or pot
Parboiled.
pot boiled? Yeah.
Parboiled. It's called actually what it is. It's partially boiled.
Wow, look at
Did you
that.
just did you just figure that out? That par means partial?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, live, you have seen evolution.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And you know what? I gotta tell you something. One of the things that, ladies and gentlemen, this man has done that is amazing. One of my closest friend, talking about nutrition, right? But before I get to that little story, um, I was outside with Chef Vic, and it was like a morning, and my brother tells me, brother, I'm not gonna lie to you, but your Shabbat looked amazing. Looked like everybody had a good time. I see, Chris and the old crew, and he goes, "That looks amazing." Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not Jewish, but I would love to come for a Shabbat dinner. And I said, "Brother, you don't have to ask. You're always welcome." And then you said, "When's the next Shabbat?" And you said, "Thank you." And you're like, "When's the next Shabbat?" I said, "Well, right now, brother, I'm trying to save up for the next one, because I had some catering, so I have to save up, and it's gonna take a minute, so I'm not sure yet." And then you say, and this is how I know that you're a man who has good heart, because I didn't ask for nothing, right? And you said to me, "Brother, let me do the honor to sponsor your next Shabbat." You come over to the house, you show me how to do the rice. One of the things that you made till this day I can't stop talking about is your asparagus. The asparagus is amazing because you did the seasoning, and the butter was on top of the asparagus, and while it's in the oven, it sinks in, right? And brother, my lying. Everybody in the table went to get seconds and thirds because they loved asparagus. They're like, "Wow,
See what I
what did?"
started, man? Wow.
Yeah,
Got you cooking, man. I jump started your cooking love that you got inside of you. Remember, man, chef or not, everyone has like the secret cooking weapon inside of them. It just depends on what it is they decide to use that weapon on. And the food now that you're making for your loved ones and friends, and you're celebrating. Um, that's when you bust out with the moves, man.
yeah. I learned from the best. I gotta be honest. I learned from the best. You know what I'm saying? But brother, I gotta be honest, man. Like, you as a very, and ladies and gentlemen, just understand this. When Chef Vic came over to my house to you know he catered the whole Shabbat. At the same time, he was doing two completely different events, and he was hustling. He came real quick and just help me out. And he's like, "Look, brother, if you have any questions, just call me." And I love, because there was a moment I did get a little nervous with the chicken. I called you like maybe twice. I said,
Well, not
"Brother,
the rice, not the
not the
rice.
rice, not the rice, just the chicken." You know what I'm saying? And it was just so nice of you, like, to put a little time away just to, you know, I think like what you did is like, it's amazing, brother. I can tell you this. I've met a lot of people in this world, um, but I could tell you this. You're one of the only few people in the world that actually do charity work without expecting anything. Like, you do it without people telling you, "Hey, can you do this?" You do it because you know in your heart you want to contribute, make a difference. And I think that's the real, when it comes down to giving, you have the heart to give. I'm going to be honest, bro, 100%.
And I'm a lucky guy. I have so much to be thankful for, even without like some of the cool stuff you see me doing out there in the TV world, just in the day to day. The fact that like I'm in a position to meet who I meet, see who I see, do the things that I do. I enjoy what I'm doing. Whether it's a charity event, excuse me, or a paid for event. It's the love of cooking. It's an art and a hobby that was once our jobs that all became a career and then turned into a phenomenon. I'm very lucky and blessed to be where I am. I enjoy it, and I hope I can radiate onto others and inspire them with what I've been through. To be where I am with what it is that I do. You know?
I love it. I love it, brother. So you already gave me the chills. You know what I'm saying? You gave me the chills. Yeah. They're multiplying. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. Oh man, brother. But yeah, brother, I really, appreciate you. One of my last questions before we go, I want you to say, if you could share an advice you could give to anybody about wanting to, whether it is to lose weight or stay fit, or what would you tell them? You know?
I would tell them to stack a sick day onto a weekend, take 3 days off, start a fast on Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, and Sunday to Monday. Only drink water. If you go crazy, maybe a little bit of lemon in the water. That tastes really good because then when your palate's clean, lemon tastes like forget it. Like you
Right.
can really taste it
Yeah.
as opposed to it just being there. Um, and I want people to give the fasting a shot because what that's going to do is that's going to put, especially if they haven't done it, that's going to put them in touch with a lot that maybe was clouded that they weren't able to be in touch with. And then they're going to get a lot of their answers from there on out. In their mind's going to be clean enough to see where they want to go with that. I, you know, I think the one thing we have in common is, I know no two people are alike, but I feel the fasting will benefit just about anybody. Always check with your doctor first because some people may be on restricted diets where they can't fast. But if you have the blessing to be able to fast, I I recommend that you start off with that. And then once you do that, you see the power of that and what happens. I recommend incorporating that maybe even quarterly into your lifestyle and maybe weekly, like doing the intermittent fasting where you don't eat after a certain time at night, you don't eat until a certain time in the day. Because, what'll happen is your body will start feeling different, you'll taste different, you'll see different, you'll sleep different. Like it just it all gets to a place where, some people haven't got yet that they really wished they were. So in doing that, I think that's the quickest way to jump over to that side and see how that feels to, cleanse yourself in that way. And then once you do that, then you could decide if you want to stack some training with it and, start lifting weights, a day or two a week or every other day, and with the working out, especially for the first few months, I don't even recommend free weights. I recommend, push ups and sit ups and, you know, squatting and, weightless type stuff because, I see people run on the squat rack and, they try to do 10 squats, but it's like some people really can't even do 15 squats with no weights. So it's like master the art of the movement with high repetitions and no weights first. At the same time, that'll get your body stretched and ready to prevent injury for the weights. At the same time, you're fasting, that's only going to benefit your body. And then when you do decide to lift those weights, it's going to be like a new, refreshed you that you reconstructed yourself, where you can thank yourself for something finally if you weren't able to for a long time. And then you'll go from there. You'll know what to do. It hits everyone different. Everyone will have a different reaction. Some people might say, the heck with this. Some people might say, I wish, I wish I would have known about this sooner. I wish our ancestors would have known about this sooner. Maybe more people would still be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can't do anything about what already happened, but we can do quite a bit about what's to come. So there it is. There's the advice. Do some fasting, get in your mind and find out really what it is you want to do with yourself. But cut out them sugars, man. Sugar is the enemy at this point. For the Reader's Digest version, you know, bit of valuable advice, try to cut out that sugar as much as you can. Even if you don't go on a diet or you don't fast, try to cut out that processed sugar, not so much the sugar in fruit, but stuff you can't pronounce, on packages and stuff. And
Okay.
that alone, cutting that out will change your game.
Wow. Thank you, brother. Wow, that was deep, man. I'm really happy you shared that. Well, look, guys, this is the outlet to reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! Y'all know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, The Outlet to Reality. My Snapchat's Take More Pass It, and my TikTok is at Yaakov28. And brother, it's an honor to have you. I'm always happy to have you back on the show. Where can my fans find you if they want to follow you?
Well, let's see. Besides the fact that I am going to Chicago next month, speaking of Chicago, because my favorite steakhouse on earth is there, and I'm one of them people that travels sometimes just to eat some great food and have some great memories with the ones I love. But to find me, I'm real simple. Chef Vic Vegas, ChefVicVegas. I'm on the Instagram platform right now. I don't do much Facebook or the other ones, but I also am putting out another couple pages soon that are going to reflect on a couple things that'll be coming down the road.